Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio.
And in fact, it's just
I can't believe you have to take a red eye tonight. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, why are you sorry? First of all, thank you. Why
are you getting a screwdriver? And wait, can you come here real quick? So, this is what happened.
Hi, Jarrett.
You can't hear her, but I was heating this up. This is not an ad, but I do really like their chicken soup. And I think I'm just weak. And I went to pick it up and it slipped through my fingers and it just dumped all down the microwave in the ground. The good news is Howie had a really nice cup of soup. The bad news is in between our microwave and the, what would you call it?
Cupboards or the kitchen?
There's like a gray metal thing that's screwed in and there's chicken noodles.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Have you unscrewed it before?
Well, no, I don't think so. You have a good show. You guys have a good show.
Love you.
Thank you, Jarrett.
Daddy or no?
No.
Wait, I like that you told him that 4 seconds ago and he had a screwdriver in his hand right away.
There's
is he wearing a tool
30
belt at all
chicken
times?
noodles stuck in that ledge. This is
I'm
his
still
nightmare.
confused what it's stuck in.
Okay, so our microwave, I put it on our IG, on Calm Down IG, and then there's it's attached to our wall, right? You can look up the story right now. It's stuck inside. The noodles fell inside.
Shit, what is
He's going to be so mad. I married a clean freak, you know?
Oh, how do you even get it down? That's that's a bad design.
It is. Who's designing
That's a
this
bad
house? Matt Morris? Wait
Is
till
he
he's
available
upstairs
for
and
comment?
he can't get it off.
Oh yeah, you got to unscrew this whole thing. You guys
Yeah.
need to follow us. My phone's dirty.
Well,
But,
that's a great plug for Calm Down IG podcast. Yeah, you just get on our IG and I'll show you what I
Here,
did.
I'm gonna go back
This
on the
is my
story.
thing.
This is the ledge. This is the ledge she's talking about.
Yeah,
This
there's a
piece of-
ledge. There's a grate and it got caught. I mean, but what are we supposed to, whatever. Hi, welcome to the Calm Down podcast.
We're talking about, by the way, that visual, there's a lot going on down there. This might not have been a first time offense.
No, there is, because I'm married to him. No, those are all chicken noodles. This house is spick and span. That's my fault.
No. I know your house is always clean. But hi.
Hi.
I am very
look like
upset.
death.
No, I need to.
Week 9. Hey.
Well, I actually got a spray. There's a few things here.
Go.
Let's start from the beginning. I overused that statement, but it's applicable here. I'm not happy you and I didn't talk a lot this week.
I know.
You were very busy.
I was sick.
It's fine.
Not COVID.
Hence
Not
the chicken
feeling
noodle.
well.
What's wrong with you? Is it taking a toll? We're in week 8. Is it catching
No,
up
aren't
to
we
you?
week 9?
Well, now it's going to be week 9.
Okay.
Yeah, we just finished week 8.
Okay, yeah, we're week 9. I'm moving on. We're done. Well, I'm moving on. Sorry about Monday Night Football. I'm moving on. But yeah, no, I'm run down. I told you guys I hadn't been sleeping. And he had, as I told you last podcast, a little tickle in his throat. So I think I got that. I couldn't sleep. I got a sinus situation, which another thing I put on the Calm Down podcast IG last night.
A lot of feedback with that.
Oh,
What is
really?
going on?
Do you
so
not
much
use
feedback.
a Neti Pot? I haven't looked at the feedback. Do you use a Neti Pot?
I've never used that in my life. I don't even know what it is. Why? What's that look for? Is it why he's
Hear
fixing
the
it?
stomping. I'm just worried. How's it going?
Yeah.
How's it going? Yeah. There's noodles. Look at that Calm Down podcast IG. Great marketing.
For
Anyways,
reference.
a Neti Pot. You've never used one, huh?
No, I don't even know what it is. I just saw all the feedback on the DMs about how you talked about it.
Okay, so a Neti Pot is, I'll just put this out there, America. I'm the queen of phlegm. I always have phlegm. I'm a post-nasal drip kind of girl. I always have crap in my throat. I'm always blowing. But when I get tired, I start getting a lot more phlegm in my throat. And I'm the queen of a sinus infection. I inherited that from my dad. Thanks, Dad. Love you.
By the way, Steve texted me the other day. We need to update the LASIK ad. He said it's outdated. I'm obsessed with your father. Your father
What did he say?
me. I'm obsessed with everything about your dad. No,
it's outdated, Dad. What are you talking about?
No, he was actually looking out for the folks at home that maybe wanted to take advantage of the discount I was offering. He's like, well, it says that it's, hold on, you're going to lose your mind.
Oh my
Again,
God,
things when you
Dad.
and I don't talk about while you're on the IR. Your father, dream of life, said, "Hi, Charissa. Hope you are well. The stomach issue had scared the bejeepers out of all of us." You stop it. He used
How
the
did
word
he spell
bejeepers.
bejeepers?
Bejeebers. I trust Steve with everything,
Oh my
including
God,
spelling.
Dad.
Please use it in a sentence. Word of origin. Remember when you worked the spelling bee? A quick note to say, hope you're feeling better. And I think the LASIK commercial on the podcast might need updating. Talks about a discount if people schedule their appointment in July. Now, if that's July 2022, sorry for sticking my nose into things that obviously I don't know much about. In the meantime, please stay safe and well. Steve A. Go Pack. Shut your mouth.
Dad.
No, literally at Saturday at 3:15 in the afternoon, I couldn't have been a happier person to receive that message, to which I replied immediately with all kinds of things.
What were you guys talking about?
Well, I just said, thanks so much for reaching out. And then I was like, just chatting, go Packers, a crazy game, blah, blah, blah. Crazy one. And then you just got home from New Orleans.
Yeah,
last
crazy.
night, right?
Holy mackerel.
That game. And poor Jameis Winston tore his ACL, so he's out for the season. How about all these injuries? Derrick Henry is out for the season. Von Miller is headed to the Rams now. Adrian Peterson's in Tennessee. Like, there's so much happening, and it's exciting that it is only week 8, but that's where we check in on your health. So what'd you say?
It's week 9 for me. Week 9.
And week 9, that's right.
Yep.
I know I keep saying week 8. Finishing up week 8. So what's this pot?
Hold on. How was studio for you?
Oh, it was great. It was great. It was Halloween. New? We scared Peter Schrager. I don't know if oh my gosh. He was genuinely scared. And I'm not someone, do you like being scared? Like, are you okay?
No.
I hate it.
No. Ever since my incident, I'm not good with it anymore. I used to actually really like it, but then with my incident and obviously people following me, I can't be scared anymore. I don't like people touching me. I don't like people coming up to me.
And no one should ever fault you for feeling that way. I don't like it anyways, and I don't even have that reason why. But I mean, different but the same. So when we were talking about, like, we wanted to do something Halloween, scary, whatever. Yeah. And I was like, Schrager will be the best person for it. He's like the most receptive to something like that. I'm like, you cannot do it to me. I actually will pee my pants a little bit and then it's going to be awkward.
Right.
Like, I actually would pee.
Yeah.
So he was so funny. So that was fun. I wore a Deion Sanders
jersey. Good. Red leather pants.
But yeah, no, it was good. It was a good Sunday and all the things. But I want to go back to this pot because clearly our wonderful participants on our IG podcast are very concerned with what's going on here.
What were people writing? I didn't even see it.
Well, explain what it is and I'll pull up some of the messages.
So back to, I'm the queen of phlegm and so is my dad. It's something I've inherited from him. And when I get tired, I accumulate more. And the first thing to go is always my voice. But it is not fun flying on a plane when you're having a sinus freaking pressure in your face and in your teeth. So my dad is the king of this Neti Pot, which if you don't know, and Charissa doesn't, it's that little teapot that I put in the IG. And you fill it with warm water, but you need to fill it with distilled water because distilled water doesn't have, like, maybe there's some bacteria in your water or something like that. You want the cleanest, purest water. So you put distilled water in it, okay? Then you have to heat it up a little bit.
This is what she's talking about.
Yeah.
In case you guys don't know.
It looks like Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast, okay? So then you have to put this little, it looks like salt. It's like a saline solution. Basically, the whole thing about it is to clean out your sinuses. So if there's any bacteria, any buildup, you can flush it out. This Neti Pot is the nastiest, most unsexiest. It is gross. Like, I was talking to my sister about it today, but my dad swears by it because our sinuses are so bad. So what you do, you put the solution in, you stir it around, make sure it's not too hot, because if it's hot, you're going to burn your nasal passages, which I've done, and it's not fun. Okay, you hold it up, you hang your head over the sink, okay?
Yeah.
You put your ear down and your one nostril up. And you put the spout of the Neti Pot in the nostril. You basically want to feel like you're drowning, okay?
I've done enough COVID tests. As of you, I'm not interested in putting anything else up my nose.
I know. You open your mouth you start to breathe, don't panic. But sometimes the shit comes out of your mouth because it goes in your nose. It goes up one hole and out the other. So that's essentially what it's doing. It's cleansing. So if you have anything in there, it's coming down, it's in your sink. But the problem is when you lift your head up, you've got crap coming out of your nose, you've got crap coming out of your mouth, you have to blow your nose. And it's just one of those things. It's like if you have food poisoning and it's coming out of both holes, you just pray to God your significant other isn't home. Like you don't need them to be around. And I don't need Jarrett to be around when I do a neti pot. There's just nothing sexy about it. So then you got to go halfway full. And then the next side, put your head down, put it in your nostril and it's coming out. Tip me over and pour me
out. Well, guess what? You got a lot of feedback on here.
What
I
are
had to
people
use one
saying?
after I had some nasal surgery done. You are correct. There is no way to look good using one. That is
God.
Jeff Sapper. Jeff, we see you. We hear you. I mean, there's a lot of comments about this. Oh God, the neti pot, Maura said.
Maura, what about it?
Classic Maura. Meanwhile, I'm saying that's so gross. Have you ever had a colonic?
No.
You know what? Tip me over and pour that out because those are a way to clean up all the passages.
People are obsessed. I have a couple girlfriends, they're obsessed with that. And they bring them new light, right? Like it's a whole new world,
it is
new life.
Amazing. Yes, it's disgusting and whatever, but I'm telling you, it's this thing and it's very like it's like a spa-like experience. And when you see the shit literally that stays in your system and doesn't come out because I won't get into the details.
I have a question. Do you put the thing up your butt or does somebody else do it?
They do.
They do it. I'm not into that.
No,
I don't
I'm
need anyone doing that.
I'm not into that anyways, but I'm into it for medical
I'm not
reasons.
talking about that.
I know
I just
you're not
don't even want a specialist putting something in my bum.
As long as it's medical, I'm good with it. And once the way that you feel afterwards.
What do you say when they're doing it? Sorry. Like, I feel like that's what I would say.
No, it's very clinical and like medical. Like there's no like grossness or weirdness and there's no smell or anything.
No,
it's just
but just the fact they're there, you know?
No, I'm good with all. It's the same way like when you have laser. Like I've lasered everything. Like,
and I always say sorry.
Yeah, so it's the same thing. Like once you get comfortable, I mean, this is why we tip those people. You know what I mean?
That's true. Okay, so go. So
okay,
they put it in.
Anyway,
and then what happens? Is it far in? How far in?
Yeah, ish. But you see, it's like they push warm water through your intestines. And again, as someone who's clearly had now more bowel issues than anyone else, they push all of this stuff out. And this is how they describe it. If you guys are grossed out, just think of it. Yeah, watch it. Yeah, you're like, well, that's a gummy bear from 98. No, you don't know, girl, what's stuck in there. And it doesn't come out. And this is how they describe it. Think about when it rains and there's like a dirt puddle, okay? And it rains and it's all like wet or whatever. And then when the sun comes out, that stuff dries up. And then it's just layer upon layer upon layer that's all dry and you got to work it out. I'm telling you. In fact, I'm going to schedule one after this.
You won't do a neti pot over your sink, but you'll shove something up your bum and watch a gummy bear come out?
You heard
There's something wrong with you there, sister. You said a mouthful there, sister.
It just reminded me to make an appointment because it's been a while since I've done that. Okay.
Wait, one of my girlfriends said she did a coffee one. I mean, what does that energize you for the rest of your life? I mean, decaf or espresso. What are we doing? A French roast or Peaks Pike or whatever it's called?
I mean,
Peaks Pike, Pike's Peaks, whatever. I'm tired.
You know, that's the Seattle Pike Street situation. Okay, wait. Halloween happened and you were in New Orleans.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It wasn't as freaky as I thought it was going to be. First of all, it wasn't. I think people made it up to be more than it was. Jillian, we love Jillian, and I know Jillian's going to Kansas City with you tonight to sit down with Patrick Mahomes, but
this is how wonderful Erin is, by the way. And again, and I'm always, whatever. I'm in support of girlfriends in so many different ways. But Erin's the ultimate girlfriend that when a sit down for Patrick Mahomes comes about and she's like, you can do it. And I was like,
no, because I don't want to sit down with him because physically I'm going to have a stroke.
You're so generous with like most people are in this industry are catty and weird and would never share those opportunities. And then she doubles down on being such a great girlfriend. She's like, and you should take Jillian, who does makeup for Erin on the road. And sweet Jillian is going to come with me. So I'm on a red eye to go interview Patrick Mahomes tomorrow with Jillian. But it's just a testament. Like you're just the best. But anyways, so you were saying Jillian in New Orleans, what now?
Jillian's favorite thing she kept saying was, Halloween in New Orleans is going to be freaky. There was nothing freaky. There was nothing
That's how
happening.
Jillian talks. And you
Yeah.
guys, we've had her on the podcast and she's just the freaking best. But she went out. She went out with one night and
Our security. Yeah. She's great.
she got after it.
She did. But yeah, so it was fine. It was fine. I have to be honest with you. Like the whole thing about, Sean Payton's like, we need it to be loud. And I had asked Brady about that, just the loudest place he had been so far this season was LA, which was so loud. And he was like, yeah, we'll see how it is. And I'm expecting 70,000 strong. It wasn't that loud. Not that, listen, Who Dat Nation, like you guys are a loud fan base. I know that, but there was something crazy that day in week 3 in LA. That was really, really loud, but it was fun. The coolest part was seeing Mark Ingram run out. Again, he was
Angel
so
face back
excited.
where he belongs.
I thought
Oh
he was going to
God.
stroke out. He was so excited. That was wonderful. And I mean, we've said it before on this podcast, and I'm going to say it again. Sean Payton is an freaking believable coach. He is such a good coach.
Now, what? Because you've been, around a lot of these guys. What makes him different?
Well, first of all, he tells us everything. On our conference calls are memorable. He'll just lay it down like it is, and he just doesn't clean it up, in fear that because we're not gonna say half of the things that he says, but he just coaches the shit out of his players. I mean, I've been around him when Drew's gone out with a thumb injury, and Teddy Bridgewater came in, or Taysom Hill, and they won like 7 straight without Drew. And I'm not gonna say that's the way it's gonna be with Trevor Siemian, but I got a text message from somebody that covers the Saints when Jameis went down, and they said, hey, just letting you know, Sean has said, I'm obsessed with Trevor Siemian. I just feel like that whatever he touches, like he's just a great coach. I think he's a great offensive mind. I think he's a great coach. I was saying to Joe and Troy today in a text message, on the lines of talking about Aaron Rodgers and if he is going to leave and if he's going to ask for a trade or if Green Bay wants to trade him. Can you imagine Aaron Rodgers and Sean Payton together?
No.
That'd be insane. No. It almost wouldn't be fair. Plus, you have that defense.
It was cool, though, yesterday to see. Speaking of thumb injuries, look at my thumb. I broke my thumb.
What happened?
Willis won't go down the stairs because he fell down the stairs. Remember that time he fell down the stairs? This guy's sitting right here. And so now he won't go down the stairs. So I had to carry him down the stairs, and he spastically got out of my hands and twisted my finger. And look at the size difference. Gross.
You really broke it, you think?
No, I mean, no, but it's just like really swollen. We'll get to that later. Thumbs up. Backup quarterbacks yesterday. It was awesome to see Cooper Rush. It was awesome to see Trevor Siemian come in and look, these guys, I don't know. I'm the person that feels bad for the kicker when they miss it because I'm like, oh, that's sad. So it's like when you see situations like that where, with these two teams that are fully in contention to have a backup quarterback come in and get the job done, it was nice to see.
I thought this was interesting how we went from a Colonic to Cooper Rush,
See, this is what we're here for. The Calm Down podcast covers everything. Do you want to talk about football or do you want to talk about cleaning out your insides?
Stay with us. You never know which way we'll turn. It's like Mr. Toad's wild ride.
It is.
Yeah.
Put on your seatbelt. Wait. I want to go back to Ryan's list for a second. Not to be confused with Angie's list. That's different. Ryan's list. I want to know.
I have to tell you, hold on before we do it, because it goes along with the Neti Pot. My mom is a retired school teacher. My mom, from being around kids her entire life in a classroom, taught us, along with being a phlegm artist that I am, formerly known as phlegm. She was very she wouldn't tolerate a sniffer, and I don't like a sniffer either. If you got to blow your nose, blow your nose. My mom is very big on. She doesn't even say it. She grabs a wad of tissues and just hands it to you. No one needs to hear that. And I'm really big on it. And also, if I start hearing somebody sniff, it's it becomes like a tick for me. I can't handle it. Mm-hmm. Last night, Joe Davis and I, because Joe Davis filled in for Joe Bach, we're sitting there and he's studying for his college game. I'm studying for Thursday night. On the way back, I've got the Dallas game on. I got a guy sitting behind me who obviously had a really good time at the Saints-Bucks game. And he is just slurping his snot. And I keep doing the over my shoulder. Mm-hmm. And I'm not looking at him. You know who I'm looking at? I'm looking at his wife. and I'm judging her because
Why
I'm
are
going to
you
tell
not
you
saying
right
anything?
now, if my husband is slurping his snot and swallowing that crap and she's tolerating it, that's her problem. Well, it's my problem because I'm hearing it.
Now it's your problem,
But that's her problem for allowing that. You're disgusting. Disgusting.
How many turns before we have to say something? Because you do the one.
Oh, I
like,
kept
hey,
turning.
if
Then
I
the
could
guy
turn
fell
back
asleep with
time.
his mask off and I told.
Well, you know what? Hey, the rules are the rules.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have admitted that you're a tattletale, but right now this was for the betterment of the plane and for your psychological position in front of him.
You're not going to blow your nose and I'm going to tell.
So we were talking about plane stories because you live on planes. And we had all these different whatever things. And so some people like wrote in about them or whatever. One of them
We had a
that
flight
you were
attendant.
the flight attendant. Oh my gosh. What a gem. But wait, the story that you text, because like throughout the week, you'll remind our producer, Ryan, of different stories. Some dude actually asked for a picture and then told you how to wear your hair. Like, you have to explain
Oh my
this.
God. We went to Cleveland for the Broncos Cleveland Thursday night game. That was cute too. The running back's so sweet to Ernest Johnson. Anyways, I don't get to Cleveland a lot because we don't do that. We don't do the AFC package very much. So when we go, people are excited. They notice you on the plane. Like if you go to Dallas, you go to New Orleans, you go to Green Bay, people don't care because we're there all the time. But like Cleveland, they're excited. And these people are fired up. They're liquored up. I'm already on the plane. I've got my mask on. I'm like head in my notes. Hey, we're about to get some rain. Rain on Thursday night. You better be ready to put your hair up in a bun. I'm like, okay, man, awesome. That guy goes back. I should have known that guy was going to come back. You know, we're probably hour into the flight, walks right up to the seat. I don't care if you got a mask on. My face, I mean, I can't go anywhere. I'm like leaning over. He's like, hey, care if I get a selfie? Going to the Browns game? Can't wait. Can I get a selfie? I'm like, yeah, because you don't want to be an asshole. You always remember the people that are assholes. I'm like, yeah, I'll do a selfie, but I'm really into the selfie with the mask on. Rips his mask right off, puts his face up to mine. I was like, and now I have COVID. Awesome. I don't, but I'm just saying. People were real aggressive on the flight to Cleveland. And then the flight attendant, God love her.
But didn't he say wear your hair in a bun?
Oh, yeah. He goes, hey, man, it's going to be real windy. Make sure you wear your hair in a bun. Okay? What about my lip color? What would you like me to do with that? What about a contour?
I can't. Do you have a preference on my outfit? I cannot. That's just so funny.
But I have to tell you,
very well.
I had a moment on the plane. It ripped me up. There was this woman that was sitting next to me. She was older, very sweet. I kept seeing her write in a journal, and she was writing the things that she was doing. Then she, because I read it, and I was like, what are you writing? So cute. She was writing. And then she started talking to me about her life, and she had lost her husband and all that. And I was listening, and I was getting emotional, and I was like, oh my God, if this is my parents, I would die. But she, it was just really sad because at the end, she went to get up and I wanted to make sure, she had a phone and she said, would you mind putting this on airplane mode for me? My son said when I get on, I have to do it and I don't know how to do it. Well, I don't have a Samsung, so I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my God. I was like pressing every button. Oops, I don't want to see that picture. No, I'm kidding. So I found it, put it down for her. And then I just got really sad after all these people were kind of crazy and nutty on the plane. It was time to leave. And I just looked at her and I said, would you like me to help you get your bags? And she looked at me in panic and she said, I don't know where my bags are. And I said, okay, it's okay. Do we think you checked them? Are they up top? And she goes, I don't remember. And I said, that's fine. That's okay. And I just got frustrated because I felt like the people around her, everybody, kind of the flight attendant, started screaming like, well, ma'am, where do you? And I was just I grabbed somebody and I said, I need you to just relax. She doesn't know. Like we have to. Here I am. I got on all fours. Like they were like, "Where's your boarding ticket? Where your luggage sticker will be on your boarding ticket. Where is it?" I'm like, Jesus. I'm on all fours, looking under the thing. We finally realized she checked him. She just didn't remember. So I got her in her little wheelchair. I sat her down, and she goes, "My phone." And I said, "Okay, hold on." People are trying to onboard. I'm trying to figure out how to get it off the airplane mode so her family can call her. People are just rushing over me. And I was like, God, everybody fucking stop. Yeah. So I gave her little phone and I put it in her hand. I said, your phone is in your hand. Okay. Do you want me to call anyone? You're going to go down to baggage claim. after I walked away from her, I had a full-blown like breakdown. I was like, that was my mom and dad. Can you imagine?
Totally. No,
And she
I
looked at me
can't.
and she goes, getting old's really hard. And I was like, oh my God,
Aw.
I'm going to go to my hotel room and have 7 glasses of wine. I feel so bad.
That's really sweet of you, though.
Ugh.
That's like that encapsulates who you are. By the way, and that is really sad. And that's sweet that she
drunk.
was like getting old. By the way, that's me. Like, that's just me at 39. I can't remember where my plane ticket is, where my bags are, whatever. But that is very kind of you. And that's just a reminder too. Like, it doesn't take a lot to stop and help somebody. And yes, I understand we're like busy and rushing around or whatever, but just like be aware and like, that's nice of you. So wait, what else was I going to talk to you about though? Oh, I had to go to a follow-up appointment.
For a
Speaking of,
colonic?
like, no, one of the same for the old appendix checkup, right?
What's the update?
I hadn't seen my doctor, the one that performed the surgery on me, because the next day she got food poisoning. So when I was in the hospital for the 3 days after, I never got to thank her for like saving my life in this like dramatic way, right? She told me, she was like telling me, she was like, the blood supply was cut off to your intestines and we almost had to cut them out. And they had been like that for a while. And there's just going on and on and on. And she's so sweet. And she's like, I'm like, your skin is amazing. Cause you know how I'm like obsessed with looking at people's skin. And she looked like she was 12 years old. And I'm like, how are you this like incredible surgeon? And she's like, I'm 39. Yeah, exactly. And she's like, I'm 39. And I'm like, I'm 39. I look twice your age. So I need to drink more water. But she's going on. She's like, I'm single and I can't meet anyone. And I just spend my nights working on my philanthropic endeavor, my nonprofit organization. I'm like, by day, you're saving lives. At night, you're saving lives. Like, we got into this whole thing and I left the doctor's office being like, why am I bitching about something small when she's sitting there, like literally saving lives day and night? And I just left there and I was like, it was like good perspective on everything.
Single?
She was single. So my mission is now to find my doctor a man because she is a catch. She's adorable.
Did she say how this happened to your intestines?
She just said it was like a weird piece of scar tissue that built up over the years. And then the intestine just like wrapped around the appendix. And it was like a total freak situation. But I thought of something as I was going to my appointment. I walked up to the elevator and I had already pushed the button. And then someone comes up after me and they start pushing the button like 700 times. And I'm like, you saw that light was on. I didn't say this to them, but I'm thinking, you saw the light was on. Do you think that makes the elevator come faster when you're pressing it 700 times? No, it doesn't. And I just thought to myself, like, those are one of those pet peeves that I have. Like, relax. The light's on. The elevator's going to come. You're not helping the situation.
Are you pushing the button with your fingers? I'm not. Everything is an elbow right now.
No, I do a knuckle.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a knuckle.
But then don't scratch your face with your knuckle.
No, I want the fingernail. At the dog park today, I had to do this. With the poop scooper thing, you know, you got to get. There's no direct contact with any of that stuff.
Yeah.
As we went down, wait, what did you? So I'm headed to Kansas City tonight, and I've got a normal week. You're headed to Indy for Thursday night.
I'm headed to Indy, and then I'm gonna stay in the Midwest. I was thinking about coming home, but it's just too hard to get back. And then we have Green Bay at Kansas City. Ryan, our producer, who also works with Colin, did write, speaking of Green Bay, he said, Colin said it's time for Green Bay front office to put their pride aside and make everything right with Rodgers and get rid of Love if you have to. That's kind of like what my dad was saying. And I feel like with that interview, it was kind of putting it out there. Yeah, so Green Bay, Kansas City. What are you talking to Patrick Mahomes about? I mean, it's kind of there's a lot of layers right now.
We'll see. I mean, tonight, Joel and I, our producer and I were talking about it. Don't really want to shape any questions quite yet until I see what happens
right. They
tonight.
play tonight. Is that weird? You're doing an interview with him the day after he plays? That's kind of so interesting.
I'm going to tell you that I might not be doing any interview with him. If he loses, they could very well be like, yeah, we ain't doing an interview. Like,
oh yeah, that's a good point. What time are you getting
think
on
about
the
it.
plane?
If they lose tomorrow, they could very well not be in the playoffs right now anyways, let alone like if they lose tonight to the Giants, which again, the wagerer, the gambler in me, is my money's on the Chiefs. But anyways.
What's the line or whatever you people call it?
What's the spread?
Yeah, sure.
I think it's a touchdown, but I actually don't know. I haven't looked at it today.
Which means they have to win by a touchdown for you to make money?
Yeah, so the spread basically it's telling you that one team is better than the other.
Yeah.
So it's saying Kansas City's the better team. So we're going to give in this case, the Giants, we're going to give them, if let's say the spread is 7, we're going to give them 7 points. You guys are starting off the game with 7 points because you're not as good of a team. So in order to make money, they have to score more than that, the team that's better. It's fine. You still don't get it. It's fine. Because you're the professional between the two of us. I'm the degenerate gambling. You're reporting on the game. You shouldn't get it. You just stay where you're at. Post-game interview questions are great.
Everybody's like, you
And I'll
have
see
so
you
much
guys in Vegas.
information. And I'm like, yeah, but everybody's making up rules. Well, if you have a +2 and a -1, then you win $7,000. Like, what the hell are you guys talking about? This is all just made up.
Just go on the money line. Just say that you think one team's going to win over the other. It'll keep it easy. It's fine.
Is that crypto? What are we talking about? I don't know what's going on.
That crypto. We're gonna wrap it up because we don't want to annoy you guys. DM us anything you guys want us to talk about. We do look at them. And by the way, there was a cute little one. I wrote this down. Tom Kellersberger, adorable.
Aww.
He says that we need to have merch that has hats, and I agree with him because I live in hats. So Tom will look into that for you. And thank you guys for writing in on the IG podcast.
Yeah,
we love you all.
I'll give you an update on the noodles.
Oh, dun, dun, dun.
It's been quiet up there. I don't know how the noodles are going. He's like, I don't even see them. Oh, open the drawer.
It'd be top
There's
ramen.
about
They're all dried up
50
at this point.
noodles in there. No, these are like the thicker noodles, like a fettuccine. Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.